Hi there, this video is live. Serious hosepipe ban, England and Wales, drought. Weather forecast UK 2022.
Wales area will also be declared as being in drought as the effects of the driest year since 1976 continue in England and Wales.
Let's take a look at the extent
Times down there.
drought conditions nationally.
The date today is the 19th of August 2022. There you go, south east of southern England where Surrey is in a drought officially.
Welcome rainfall. There are still water shortages and low water levels in reservoirs and rivers, which has led to hosepipe bans being announced.
The South West Water is the latest company to impose restrictions.
That's the blue colour down there.
Cornwall, plans of Devon, that will come into force next week. Our reporter
23rd of August. Blimey.
Has the latest on the
it's getting worse.
Extreme heat and dry conditions.
We're definitely going to official drought now, guys. We are definitely.
But is this rain going to go anywhere and happen you guys?
I mean, look, it's just been a bit of drizzle. A bit of Welsh drizzle with some rain.
The last time it rained in Pembrokeshire was July, and that was just for one day. Before that, it was back in June. It's been the driest year
same here
since 1976.
Oh, sorry.
So
well, not entirely true. Actually, we did get quite a lot of a few days ago.
It's just been declared across the whole of southwest Wales. As our winters get wetter, the summers are getting hotter and drier. For allotment owner Karen, she's already planning for the future, so seed sown can live with the effects of climate change.
Battle to adapt, really, and maybe plant varieties that are more drought tolerant. I mean, in Spain and Italy and other hot countries, they grow a lot of vegetables that don't need a lot of rain.
Last weekend, Pembrokeshire broke all previous records for demand, so Welsh Water have had to ship water across the county. Until the main source here is refilled, the Llysyfran Reservoir, restrictions will remain. But across Wales, it's a mixed picture.
The north of Wales in particular has had the rainfall that we need to maintain water resources. Pembrokeshire is the area we are.
South West Wales.
We just simply haven't had any rain in Pembrokeshire. There are other areas of South Wales, South East in particular, that rainfall hasn't been as high as we would have liked, and we are monitoring.
Welsh Water is the third company to announce restrictions across the UK. By the end of next week, 6 areas of Britain will be under measures. Millions will need to be conservative with their usage. Known for its vast coastlines, Pembrokeshire is usually a cooler but also wetter part of Wales.
It usually is.
It's becoming clear to Karen that these weather changes are here to stay.
It frustrates me more to do with the reasonings behind having hosepipe bans, and that's, primarily because, we've not just had a hot summer. This is a result of climate change and
it happened back in 1976 this time. It's happened before. It's not unusual.
And we can speak to Thomas now. He's in Pembrokeshire.
That's the last big drought.
Thomas,
ain't as bad as then just yet. We're going that way.
And the shortage of water. What's the situation like?
Well, we're in this situation here because this area of Wales only saw 60% of the expected rainfall over the last couple of months, and in July it was actually.
There's been quite a lot of droughts in the past. Don't worry about it too much.
Wales, the Welsh Environment Agency, is because river and reservoir levels are low. The hosepipe ban was brought in by the water company, by Welsh Water, and that's been made in an effort for the public to conserve water. Now it's estimated that people can save, and we can save around 10% from hosepipe bans, and that means, of course, we can't water the plants, we can't fill up our pools with hosepipe bans, but some businesses can use them. The situation.
To be honest, I use with the garden with a watering can all the time.
Split into different corners. There's 24
all the year round, so.
But what happens when there is a
might take longer. Nothing wrong with it.
Difficult to ship water around, which is why we've got a concentrated area here in Wales. This situation with Llysyfran, but as we heard there in North Wales, the situation is a little different. But until we do get some consistent rainfall, it looks like these measures will be in place until at least September, and possibly even longer.
Thomas, thank you very much.
Like this video, please, a thumbs up.
18 minutes past 8.
Please subscribe to my channel. On sign no gems. With the force speed with you always quite my spot on the need to money. Outweigh need to you. Please subscribe to my sign gems. There we go, guys.
You at home too. If we just take a look at how we got to this situation of drought across Wales and in fact other parts of England as well, we'll think back to what's happened this year so far.
January to June was the driest first 6 months of the year since 1976. Now, so we already went into summer with a deficit of rainfall. July was a particularly dry month across the south of Wales, only 20% of the expected amount of July rainfall that we saw. The picture did vary across much of Wales. There was more wet weather further north, but August has followed on with that trend. Yes, there's been a bit of rain across parts of Wales over the past week or so, but we've had on average 22.6 millimetres so far. That's only 26%, and we're around 60% through August. So we've certainly seen reduced rainfall for several months now. Reasons for the dryness, well, there's been persistent high pressure, perhaps driven in part by La Nina, a weather pattern in the Pacific. We've also seen higher temperatures by about 1.5 degrees over the past month or so across Wales. So, of course, all these things are tied in with our changing climate. We're set to see periods of heat and drought becoming more frequent. Next 5 days or so will bring some wet weather. You can see the blue colours returning to the map. Could be about 30 to 40 millimetres across parts of Wales. Not enough, though, to really solve the drought problems.
No,
I'll be back in about half an hour with a full UK forecast. Nagra and Charlie.
So there you go. Like this video. Thanks for watching. Please thumbs up and subscribe to Sean Gem. Thanks for watching. Bye.